Okay. Give us your general thoughts on this upcoming season.
Excited. We've got a lot of players that have played a lot of football, and it seems to be a especially good group of character people. They like being around each other. Could be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it.
You were so close in the playoff game with Wofford last year. How does that playoff experience help your team this year?
Well, I think it made us hungry because we didn't represent ourselves very well, and we've got a lot of players coming back. So if we know how to handle it, that experience should drive us, I hope, to return and represent ourselves a lot better.
What do you like most about your team this year?
The seniors. I think we have the largest group of seniors we ever had, and I think we've got an enormous diversity of young men, and there always seems to be a piece of the personality that comes out with that group together. I think the seniors are by far the best we've ever had, and I'm going to lean on them a lot to provide the leadership you got to have to be a special football team.
What is the biggest challenge for your team this year?
Our biggest challenge is to get back to running football. We've won a lot of games. We've won big games, but we've lacked consistency in a certain type of really tough fourth quarter kind of football game. We've relied on the big play rather than having the ability to hold the ball. And we've been a really good running football team previously. It's not something that we don't know how to do, and it doesn't really fit it really does fit our personality. But we just we haven't put the pieces together. You got to have the runner, the blocker, the quarterback that knows how to put it all together, and that's the challenge, to do something we hadn't done in a few years. But I see all the pieces. It's just going to have to be put together.
What are your general impressions of the OVC race this year?
I think it's going to be a really, people need to buy a ticket to this because we're ranked. I think Murray's ranked in the top 10, but every one of these games is going to be exciting. There's a familiarity when it comes to playing in a league that neutralizes maybe one team's advantage. And so, I think every game you got to play them 1 week at a time, and you better be ready for every one of them because they're all going to be a fight to the finish. So it should bring out the best and the best team, and I hope that's us.
How does a newcomer like running back with Sean Ely add to your running attack? Tell us a little about your offense this year.
Well, as I said earlier, the biggest challenge we felt like when we left the field in that playoff game last year, and for several games in November, we had to get to work on the running game. And Washawn is and I'm pretty sure of this, I think he's been the leading rusher at Georgia the last couple of years. I think he's got a 6.2 yard per carry average in the SEC, which is so he brings equity into our running game and into our football team. We actually install him right there as our guy. We did this previously with Ryan Perlew because he had distinguished himself. As long as they make the cultural change, he's got to be all about us if we're going to be all about him. So he's a difference maker. He's not the only back. He's going to be playing in the backfield. We're going to try to be a two-back team. He's going to be playing in the backfield with a very special player that was hurt most of last year named Calvin Middleton. So there's nothing like having a 1-2 punch in the same backfield, and I think along with Marquez Ivory at quarterback, all three of those guys can make us the running team that makes the passing game even better. So Washawn can make a big difference. I expect him to.
You beat Ole Miss last year in an incredible game. Okay. This year you play another SEC school in Kentucky, but you play them in the middle of the season. Would you rather play an FCS team early in the season or later in the season?
If you have an older team, you don't mind playing them early. But I do think as you play somebody and they're they're a team that really challenges us. We have to win a certain kind of way, and we have to have really good scouting. If anything, playing later in the year gives us a better scouting report and gives them a better scouting report. But if we can make a scouting report work to our advantage, then playing them later could be an advantage.
Tell us a little about your schedule and how it plays out for your team this year.
Well, we open up at home against UT Martin. A conference game has been, I don't think we've ever opened up with a conference game first. It's on a Thursday night, which means that we'll have all the students there before the Labor Day weekend, and I think we'll attract a lot of attention. Martin has been a really tough game for us every year. They've beaten us a couple of times, and I think it's going to bring out the best in our football team. I think we'll have a chance playing a conference game rather than an FBS game. We'll have a chance more to focus on us. When you're playing an FBS game first, it's more about them and what you're going to do to offset the difference. In this game, I think we can more focus on us, which, quite honestly, is I think what this team really needs. A mature team needs to focus on refinement. We need to refine ourselves to what we really are, and we need to do it in that period in August. So I think playing a conference game, we just let our own personality of who we are and what we do speak for ourselves and line up and then test it in that first football game.
That's it. Thank you.
All right.